Hey, what's up guys? Me, Malcolm here. Welcome back in another video. I'm sorry about the cut off of the video. I originally make a video 5 minutes ago, but my video storage became low, so I had to delete some things. But today's topic I'm going to talk about is diversifying your content. Or basically for small YouTubers if you're starting out. So if you're starting on YouTube, do not give up. If you're a very small YouTuber, don't give up. Don't give up. Just don't give. Be like Naruto and just don't give up, okay? But that's not the only thing I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about diversifying your content. So what I believe is, this is how I believe, my life. I'm going to tell you about my life a little bit. So back then, 2002, I was born, blah, blah, blah. Went to foster care 2009, got adopted in 2012. But there was one thing I had in common, and that was I had a bipolar. I suffered bipolar in my life. It was very tough. I went to mental hospitals all the time. Like a lot of mental hospitals. Didn't sleep. What else? I went to mental assault things. I went there. All that stuff. Went to crisis, and then went to almost like, can't say it, the cells, and got scammed, lost everything. Also, dealt with a lot of trauma. Dealt with people stabbing me in the back. I got tricked to being scammed, manipulative, and all that stuff, and people rejected me. People stabbed me. Not all family, my mom would never give up on me, but other family members were like, oh my god, we give up, disown me, a lot of stuff. No, but my mom never give up. But the point is, okay, so that's all the video, but I also got people like, stabbing me back. Say I'm the Antichrist. I get everything, Also, I dealt with like me going to like hospitals all the time, like mental hospitals, man, because I suffer bipolar and it's hard to live with. Mental hospitals. People judging me for basically what I love to do. For instance, they judge me about my technology. Oh my god, you have technology. You should make yourself disappear. Or like people like would just like, just like not be confused or be like, oh my god, you talk about computers. Let's change the subject. Dealt with that all the time. I'm not with that, but most of the time, people, but that's not the point. But there's also other things like, getting scammed. I remember 2012 was really bad. I got scammed. 2012. I couldn't release the video because it was bad. Got scammed. Lost my savings. Almost lost my savings, but saved it, but barely survived. I went broke. Shelter. Not shelter, but till. But the shelter was terrible, but not terrible, but just till. Went to foster care. All that stuff, but I'm surviving. I'm alive. I'm not dead or anything. I'm happy. I'm good. Workaholic. Basically, this could be a motivation video for anybody who's suffering from bipolar, or if you're just new to life, if you have mental disabilities. I originally gonna make a video about diversity. I'm gonna do that too. But that's gonna be the next part. But I think it's more important. But I'm gonna talk about bipolar a little bit and just like just advice for any people or even young people from my life advice from a 21 perspective. I'm not. Look, I am 21. Don't take me from up. I did some terrible decisions. If you aren't so wise to go to like someone who's in their 50s. But who knows, maybe I have an old soul and people understand my content. But let me get to the video. But the reason I say this is because, I went through so much things in my life. Like I said, I try to not be spoiled because I know people went through us. Look, right now I have an iPhone and I have an Android, so I have a decent life. But the problem when I see people, let's go to my next spot. The problem with people I see nowadays is they're very too materialistic and they don't have a lot of discipline. My mom, yeah, she spoils us, but at the same time, the minute we screw something up, I get things taken away. And that's why I love my mom. And the best part, even if I made a mistake, she would never disown me. That's the key difference. Most people would disown them. Or two, they would not discipline the child, they become spoiled, and then become the worst thing in society, not provide value in society. Now, from my experience from my life, you could be the best golden tea. You could be the best kid in the world. You could be a good kid, and people will still hate you. Why is that? The reason is we live in a world where like people are either too stupid or people. The first person we talk about, is materialistic. Yeah, people who is materialistic. Even older people, like I have people in my life who are materialistic. You have materialistics, and you have also people like into their social medias. Now, granted, right from the start I was wise beyond my years. The reason I say this is because when I never, be honest, when I was young, when I was like, I know people at my age, well, back when I was like, let's say 12 maybe, not actually too young, but I'll say 13, Actually, technically, you gotta use yours at 13, but I'll say 16, 15. I still didn't have a Facebook account. I still don't. I mean, granted, my Facebook got. I'm not gonna say what happened, but it got disappeared. Which I don't care about. Or I mean, now you have Meta, so I have a new Facebook account for like Meta for VR purposes. But back then, when Facebook first came, I'm not gonna dog on it too much, but I could have a grudge a little bit. But I'm not gonna dog on it. I have VR, which is phenomenal, but I rather use Google than Facebook to be honest. But yeah, Facebook got VR, cool, amazing. But I hope Google makes a VR headset, which would be cool, and I use that instead. And then Apple making VR, so who knows? But the point is that the point is like there's times where even on social media, like companies like Facebook, like people are into their Facebook and into like these like centralized systems and less ownership and all that stuff, like not diversifying the content and not diversifying what they do, and worry about getting banned, which is a problem, which is very interesting. Like I noticed that like people like are feeding like these AI systems and like, these companies. Like I said, it's just interesting how like people, or like, I'm gonna rephrase it. How can I say it? I'm gonna say like just people and like just in general, or just using like social media to just not be just basically into that viewership, and oh my god, I got this much subscribers, like bragging about it, like I don't care about the views, man. I just care about making good content, and that's what matters, and also diversifying my content to different places. Like I believe the problem with the internet nowadays is like it's designed to milk every data of what you own, which I don't like. And the internet, the much I love the internet, I kind of wish. No, I don't want to put wish. Obviously, I love the internet. Granted, I am grateful. I'm a spoiled brat. Okay, I can tell you for a fact. I'm very spoiled. I'm aware of that. Or people are, you're not spoiled. You're grateful. Man, I'm spoiled. I just terrible decision. I don't know why people even want me. Maybe it's me being critical of myself. I'm also known to be critical of myself. But look at the sunset. Oh, the sunset. Sunset on a beautiful day. But the point is like people just not. They're always into social medias. They're not like into like. I mean, like I made a video last time over there about how programming's gonna be in high demand. Programming's gonna be in high demand, and you should you gotta learn programming because everything's gonna be in computers. Also, I think another thing too is good is learning housework, like plumbing. Definitely plumbing and electrician, but mostly plumbing and that's housework. Just plumbing and like what's it called? Maintenance, like house maintenance. Which I know to change light bulb. I know how to plumb. Do the plumbing. I know how to do that. That's easy. I know like fix toilets. Like I learned this. Like cut pipes. I used to do this all the time. I had a little like little short thing, little hard hat doing this. Like they're coming Brooklyn Tea guy for sake of it. But the problem when I see people nowadays is like they care less about their freedoms and they care about, oh my god, I want to get my clicks on TikTok, and they don't care about producing value to the world. I mean, for instance, I'm not gonna dog on like companies. I'm not gonna dog on a tech company. I can't say the name because I'm not gonna lie, Google Goods phenomenal. But there was this girl who's working at these corporations. I'm not gonna say her name. Who the video, the one that was bragging about, oh my god, my day in the life, blah blah blah, working at this tech company, blah blah blah, whatever you could put whatever tech company you think of, tech company, G tech company, blah blah blah, and then she got fired the next day. Which I'm like, I'm not surprised, honestly. I'm not surprised. Like, I mean, granted, she worked. I mean, I don't know how she. I'm not gonna say how she got hired. Maybe she got connection. Maybe she's very intelligent than me that I don't even know about. But honestly, I think it was the clout, man. The clout is a drug. I'm telling you, clout is a drug. Like people in my generation, especially like 20. I see people in my generation when I was in like for instance, when I was in the shelter, not the shelter, but I was in like Hill, whatever. The shelter. I see people in my age range, especially my age range, that look very old, like very old. See, I look okay. I'm old, but mentally I am wise. But I look young. Look at me. I look very. I don't know. Maybe I look old to some people, but I look very young for some reason. Like I have a baby face. Look at this. I have a baby. Well, I gotta fix my teeth, but I have a baby face. Like I still have a baby face. Like I don't know why I have a baby face. But I see people in my generation that would just like do a lot of like. I mean, I don't drink alcohol. Even if I don't do it, but if I do, like it's mostly like a little bit. And I don't do it. I don't do any alcohol. I don't do it because why? I don't get it. I think it's satanic in my opinion. I don't do it. Personally, I don't do it because I don't get the point of it. But there's people in my generation where they go to college, they go to get these. I'm not against college, but man, I think the point of college, in my opinion, I mean, unless you like get a doctor's degree to be a doctor or a lawyer, or even an engineer, like an AI engineer, which I met some beautiful AI engineers, they're very smart, then you're fine. But I think the college degree is flooded. It's like the values is flooded. It's like flood. It's like Atari 2600 flooded. I mean, Atari 2600 is pretty good, but that joke. But it's just flooded. But I think the point of college, in my opinion, is like, oh, I'm gonna go there, because I remember when I was in an interview, like, oh my god, well, what do you? And I was in college, and it was all political and all stuff. You have all the politics. I can't talk about them. You do because I don't talk about politics, but it's all political and all stuff and leftists and Marxists. So this is weird political stuff. And then you have people, literally in college, which is like, oh my god, let's sleep together, do number 6. Can't say any. Do number 6 train. Get the number 6 train on a rail, on 3rd Avenue rail. Can't say, what I'm talking about. I can't say on rail, the 6 train, with the big stock. And it led to, a girl being kind of pregnant, a pregnancy. And that's why, also another thing too, when you have pregnancy, when a woman has, the only time I think that you should make a woman have kids, put it that way, is when you're married. In my opinion, married, or if you actually in love and you want to raise as a family, want to have family, then that makes sense. But the problem is nowadays, I mean, this is why I've been stressed out over 21-3, because my sister, she's phenomenal, but she kind of acts very young. I love her though. I'm not gonna talk about her in this channel because she's phenomenal. She's awesome, but she just did some terrible shit, and that's why I'm very careful. I think my mom did the same thing. My bio mom did the same thing, where that's how it became me. She just probably have unprotected sex and just like basically, birthed me. I actually said sex, but hopefully YouTube was a monetized video. I probably got the monetized, but hopefully I don't get banned from YouTube because I'm trying to, not say anything bad. But the point is that, when I see like nowadays people just like not caring about the rules and just like not caring about the values, the moral values of what society brings and provide value, and you see these girls that's just like, they date like every, they try to be masculine. Like I said, I actually love independent women. I love independent women. A lot of acquaintances that are women and are phenomenal. They're very attractive. I like that, Even my games I created, like the Ultra Beyond Rescue, if even my company, Ballerina, refers to being independent, and I support independent women. But there's a difference, The difference, I believe, is that you should also be likable. You could be, like I said, there's a quote I gotta say from my grandpa. My grandpa says the wisest quote. First and foremost, the first quote I'm gonna say is "No shortcuts in life." That's the first and foremost. Mostly goes, first of all, you gotta say there's no shortcuts in life. Learn that the harder in 2022. There's no shortcuts. That was from my grandpa. Actually, my stepdad, but grandpa. And my other grandpa's quote, he said that beauty fades. Beauty fades. I'm telling you, I look young, but I know that when I'm 50 years old, I probably look older. I may have gray hairs, and who knows. But one thing I have is a soul. I have a beautiful soul. I have a beautiful soul. I have a beautiful soul, and I have this. I'm gonna say this. Oh, sorry. The reason I have a beautiful soul is because I know what's my value. For instance, I have a website. I have games. I have an AI system. I create a lot of things that on YouTube I create a lot of things that I probably create a lot of things. I create a sense of art that I even release. I create a board. I create so much things that if I explain this to a normal person, they'll think, "Are you from a different planet?" What I'm saying? That's why I'm gonna get to my second part where I talk about how people see me as an alien. Don't talk about computers. You know what I'm saying? That's no story. But if you're young and people like reject you all the time, or just like you have your YouTube channel, like diversify. You gotta diversify. You gotta get your freedoms. Ownership. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the nowadays where software is now like I know it's like very bipolar, like rambling, but we're going back to with the college situation and just like the new generation. The problem with the new generation, like they into that TikToks and all that stuff. Granted, I use TikTok. I barely use TikTok. I use this for just marketing purposes, but I don't care about the views. You look at my TikTok, I barely make views. Even if I get the fame, I don't care about the fame. I don't. If anything, the fame could be a downside. And that's why I say this, because there was a girl, going back to oh my god, I'm a day in the life, me in a tech company, blah blah blah, and then guess what? You know, she got fired. I'm not surprised. You know, why you weren't providing value? See, my motto in life, you know, people are, oh my god, you're a worker, job I hate. No, I don't believe that. I believe to provide value. You gotta. But the point of literally the money. Let me tell you a secret about money, which people don't tell you. They don't tell you this in schools, by the way, because you know it's like they're probably brain. Which I can make a whole video about the school system, which I can't put on YouTube. Maybe put on my website. You gotta check my website link below. I may talk about the school system, how it's corrupted, you know, John America and stuff, but that's gonna be on my website. On website link below, check that right now. Got exclusive content, or if you can't website, then Spotify. I may put on Spotify exclusive content. So back to what I was saying though, but the point is that in society we and just in general, like they care about the TikTok views, all that stuff, and not being a good human being, and you see like now, like when you look on the internet nowadays, you see I'm not gonna say half. I can't say half because I don't want to be like, oh my god, like because I try to be very. I'm independent. I try to be open minded. You know, like I like diversity. I don't like the same thing. But when you become closed minded, you know, when you're very closed minded, that's like. You're setting yourself for your failure, okay? If you're closed-minded, like I said about beauty, like my grandpa says, beauty fades, man. You can be the most attractive person, and you can also be toxic, but you also could be the most, not the best looking, but you could be the most beautiful mentally person, you know, the most beautiful mental. I'm talking about the soul, because the soul is more important. The soul could be more beautiful, but what I see now is like I see just both. Like first, like you have people just judging, you have people judging about like, oh, what smartphone? What? Oh my god, you got an iPhone? You got a smartphone? Let me turn the light because it's getting dark here. Let me get the lights. The sun's just set it. Let me turn the light. You know, it's a good video when it's dark, man. So let me turn the light. But yeah, so like I was saying though, it's like I don't get the point of like the smartphone. I mean, I can make a whole video. I made a whole video about it, and I got comments still to this day about, oh my god, you're an Android fan, but you're poor, blah, blah, blah. But I have an Android. This is my Android phone. Oh, Rosalina, see that? Sexy Rosalina, hell yeah. Got a Rosalina picture, and beautiful. I got an Android, beautiful Android Rosalina. And I got my beautiful iPhone, my iPhone too. I got both Android and iPhones. The reason I have these, well, first program, but man, you're spoiled. No, we're not. No, we're not. You know why? You know why? Do you know why I'm not spoiled? Do you know why? Because I like diversity. I think. Also, I can make a whole video about diversity, how that is not real. You know, when you see nowadays, this is not really diversity. It's like, oh my god, we care about them. If I would choose your family and then if I in the next moment. So that's a different topic, which I may put that exclusive on my website for that reason. Or maybe this video will be on our website. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe you see it on YouTube, but people, I mean, young people, young guys and girls. You know what I'm saying? I'm 21. Obviously, I'm 21. I'm young too. I'm still young, but mentally, my mind is like a 30-year-old. Which I don't know if you can relate to this because I feel older. I made a video about that, how I feel older than it's to the point I'm so old that not old, but mentally I am wise beyond your years because I cannot stop programming. First of all, I even still use a Game Boy. I'm so old school. I still use this video I'm recording on is an iPod Touch. iPod Touch 6th generation. I'm still using the iPod Touch in 2024. You know, and it still works. You know, until it dies up. Even this phone, I like this pretty good, newer. But until this breaks, until it dies and breaks, I won't get a new phone. I won't get even this phone. This phone. Oh wait, wrong. Oh wait, my phone. Oh my god, my phone. Oh my god, the light. Oh my god. Until this phone breaks down. That's the phone right here. That's the beautiful Rosalina, beautiful. But until this phone breaks down, until this phone breaks down. Like until this phone breaks down, let me see that beautiful Rosalina picture. Yeah, beautiful Rosalina, beautiful. But until this phone breaks down, honestly, until this phone breaks down, I'm not gonna get a new phone. I don't get the point of like, oh my god, judge someone people by someone's device. You know, I joke around with my mom. My mom's so not gonna lie, my mom's an Apple fanboy, but we joke about this all the time because it's just so dumb. It's so dumb. Like my mom. She's a special case, you know. She do not know how to use an Android. I mean, I even gave her my Samsung. She got me a Samsung, which is phenomenal. I love Samsung too. But she got me a Samsung phone, and she tried to open the phone, and she couldn't. She was like, "How do I?" She was like tapping, like, "How do you do this?" You know, one day we're going to Apple. They know how to make usable phones, you know. But I prefer Android because I prefer the APKs, man. I prefer downloading the F-Droid store. I know also make a custom Android system, but. I'm an Android fan. I'm more of an Android fan, but I'm not a fanboy either. But I like diversity I use different content, different products. But back to what I was saying though, but in society terms, it's all materialistic. It's all materialistic. It's all about the viewership, all the TikTok viewership, and all this stuff. You know, all the YouTube viewership. Oh my God, Raycon insurance unique. And then you see YouTubers. Oh my God, you know, today's sponsors. Raid challenge. Oh my God. And then you see people like say, oh my God, today's sponsor ExpressVPN. You know, and then you see people be like, oh my God, today's sponsor. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, guys. You know, like all these people like that, and not being real. You know, even YouTube. I missed like the old YouTube because let me tell you something about YouTube back then. Back then, YouTube was S tier. Okay, I remember my shout out to my family member Brandon. But I have a family member named Brandon. My family member named Brandon, for instance. Because I have two Brandons. My acquaintance or friend. I say acquaintance, and my true family member, which is the true Brandon, which is awesome. I remember my family member Brandon, who, you know, he's cool. Yeah, I love him. He's my family member. He's awesome, man. I saw him recently, you know, because my mom, her health is declining, and that's a worry. That shouldn't stress me out too. So I had to call her. So, you know, I hope she's okay. Hope my mom's okay, man. But I know I know she's not gonna last longer, and that's a concerning factor. That's something you need to hope that I can survive, you know. But you know, that's a story. But the point is that, you know, they don't. Like, if you look at these people nowadays, like, you know, what was it? Oh, yeah, Brandon, yeah. So, yeah, for instance, you know, back then YouTube, it was different, man. It wasn't about the view. I mean, yeah, it was about viewership, but it was different, you know. It was not about the viewership. It was about, like, just providing value and also, like, enjoying life and living life, you know. Granted, there was not that much monetization, you know, but it was like the Wild West, which is awesome, too. But, you know, we got regulation, but YouTube back then was like different, man. I kind of miss the old YouTube, man. I do. I really do. I miss the old internet. Just the old. I wish I grew up with the old internet. Yes, the speeds were slower, but man, the websites. You didn't have to worry about 3, 4 corporate. I mean, how much I love Google and the content. I prefer the old internet. And why? Because literally, I got this beautiful book. I'm recommending this book. Get this book. This is what the internet. Oh my! I don't know if you can see this. I'm sorry about this. This is what the internet's supposed to be. Literally connection. But the problem now is you have so many social media conglomerates just controlling what you could do and ownership. And the internet back then the internet was about freedom and ownership. And then you have and then the internet became like a factory form where you just don't own stuff no more. You don't own things no more, man. You don't own things, you know? My age is I don't know, but like you own less things of it. You know, you own less. And less, and it's a problem. I just wish I could go back in time and just like, you know, just try the old internet. I mean, back then, obviously, there were, you know, the world, you know, gets better over time. Obviously, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna be like those Gen Zs who be like, oh my God, we should go back to the '60s. Like, you know, man, yeah, this content that's good in the '60s, but it's, you know, but it was kind of awful back then. You know, you have a lot of like, you know, it was worse. You know, obviously, society gets better over time, but there's a quote that my grandpa also says that newer doesn't always mean better. Remember that quote, guys. I see people on YouTube media like, oh my God, you should be grateful. I mean, I'm grateful today, but at the same time, there's some things I wish I experienced in, you know, when it comes to like technology, because there's certain technology that still work to this day. For instance, my favorite celebrity car, I love the R32As. There's a problem with them. The problem is that, you know, software, so they could patch it and it could be updated. You know, I miss this, you know, but my new favorite train, which I saw, I like the Redbirds. The Redbirds is awesome. Why you talking about the Redbirds? I like the Redbirds. I also like my favorite train when it comes to IRT. I mean, what is IRT? The subway, man, is you don't know your history. You have the IRT, the BMT, and you have the IND. So, which is basically 3 subway companies that collided, and then basically the MTA just bought all those companies and then created the MTA, which that's basically what happened. Well, basically, it was the independent rapid transit, which converted to the MTA, and then they just bought the company, and, you know, that's how you have to know your history, kids. I'm only 21 years old, and I know your history more than your views on social media. But back to what I was saying, but my favorite train of all time is the low V's. You know, you gotta try those trains. Those trains, do you know how fast they go, bro? Those trains go really fast, bro. They work. They still work, and they're like 100 years old. 100 years old. You know, there's 100 years. The Game Boy from that 100, at least 30, but that Game Boy I have, that thing still works. I program a game. Granted, it takes less space, but that game works better than this iPhone sometimes, man. This iPhone, when I'm in the cold, not much I love Apple. Like I said, this is what they don't teach you in school. This iPhone, how much I love it. You know, I can't put whatever software. I can't put whatever software I want. I can't like take it out. The Game Boy. Do you know what I could do with the Game Boy? First of all, I could like make software. I could make games for it. I could run games. I could make my own games if you're a developer. That's why I said about to make a video over here about you should get into programming because you're behind demand. I could make games. I could like literally, you know, program game software. I could like make I could even like on game now the new Game Boys now or the cartridge. You know how much space we have space now. Like you could literally create like the technology we have now. We can literally make a cloud-based Game Boy, which I do have. Check out my website. I have a lot of games, Game Boy games that I have. I think I have like a lot. I have 100 gigs of bandwidth, and guess what? I have so much bandwidth on my website. It's ridiculous that even if I try to use it, I can't even use half the bandwidth. It's ridiculous how much storage we have, man. But the problem nowadays is like you know, technologies nowadays is like either bloated or like technology doesn't work as well. It's not efficient. But that's a different rabbit. I think I made a video over there about you know, about how code is not getting worse. I think I made a video already about that, how code is getting bloated, which I may link here. I might have to go on my desktop and link it. I made a video over there about how code is just getting bloated, so I'm gonna leave that over there. So but yeah, I think it's just weird how society is like about TikTok views on stuff and all stuff, but I'm not going. But then you have also like, you know, people just own less of things. You have the right to repair, and then you have back then you used to fix your own stuff. You know, it was easy to fix. You know, but nowadays you can't fix it. You know, it's just sad. You know, you can't fix your thing. You don't basically you own less of your thing, which is a problem. That's why recently I went back to record. I have a beautiful record player. Let me show you this. Sorry, my recording just stopped, so I'm just gonna merge it because why not? But I usually don't merge it. I usually record it, but I'm gonna merge it because it's a good video. So the point of the video I'm going to talk about is that I'm getting back to records. You know, definitely getting back to records. You know, which is phenomenal. Records is awesome. I think records will be the next big thing that you should get back into. So, which is phenomenal. So yeah, but like I said earlier, like I feel bad for the Gen Z nowadays, and also I can make a whole video about the iPad kid situation, like where people like are now on the iPad. Even my little brother, God, he's on his iPad, and yeah, oh, we got Minecraft servers, you know, which is awesome, but I prefer. Back then, I used to draw, and I still draw. You can check out my drawing link below. But I have drawings I created, you know, and content I created, you know what I'm saying, very pretty awesome things, you know what I'm saying. But yeah. But let me tell you something. Like I made a video about programming. You need to get into programming. You need to get into programming. Okay. You need to. Wait. You need to get into programming. Okay. You need to get into programming. I made a video about that over there, but that's not the point. But I think the problem, like I said earlier, like we own less of things. It's just sad. We own less of things. You know, less of products, less of content. You know, back then the internet was about connection. Now, like the internet's like about, oh my god, political and don't make it start. But I can't talk about politics. I don't talk about politics on my channel because I'm not like comment section or Matt Wash, which they're pretty phenomenal. But I'm not going to get into politics because that will get. Ooh, yeah, I don't talk about politics. Watch one rule I don't do. I don't talk about politics because I think it's dumb in my opinion. I don't talk about it. I don't. Oh, what? Nope. Not talk about it. But I'm gonna talk about it in general. But the thing is that. The problem is like it's all about social media and clout and it's all about clout. I could be wrong. Maybe there's people in my generation like 21, 2000. I could make a video about how people in 2002 like totally different. I'm Gen Z technically, but I was born in 2002. Okay, ask the Gen Z in like let's say 2012 or even no, what's it? Okay, 2000. Okay, 2011. You actually Gen Z in 2011. Ask Gen Z a bit like me. Hell no, I feel like an alien. I feel older than I am. I'm born in 2002. Between like millennium, like I was born in 2002. Between millennium and basically I was the first Gen Z, the ancient, original Gen Z, 2002. Look it up. I was basically after the millennium, obviously, but I was like basically the next year, millennium. My fault, Gen Z. So when I first looked it up, I honestly thought it was a millennium. I'm not even sure. I thought it was a millennium. It's weird, but nope, I'm actually Gen Z. So, but this is why I think Matthew, Gen Z is the worst. Yeah, Gen Z. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said earlier, I can't stand it. I love Gen Z. I met some okay Gen Zs, but for the most part, most of my Gen Zs are like into materialistic stuff and just giving up and just like, oh my god, it's terrible. Just into the social media cloud now. Maybe I'm like, maybe I'm not Gen Z. Maybe I'm a boomer. Just kidding, I'm not a boomer. But I think mentally I'm like 30. But I don't want to say that. I'm joking. That's a joke. Maybe I'm not. But the problem is like in social media, it's like oh my god, it's like, it makes sense why I also watch VTech USA. I know some people that watch it, but I love VTech USA. He's older, but I also like older, why do you like Rosalina? She's 100 years old. Man, that's attractive. Hell yeah, she's wise beyond years. So give me down, over that young people stuff because, you like older women? Yeah, I like older people. Hell yeah, I like older, older wise people, man. Because let me tell you something. People are like, oh man, if you don't listen to your elders. I mean, there's some, okay, obviously some exceptions that, they don't know everything. But one thing older people have in common is that they're wise. They're usually wise. 90% of, not all, but some. Yeah, most of them are old school. But there's few of them. I met some. My grandpa, or my stepdad's grandpa. He's really wise. Even my stepdad, he's older, but he's like young, but he's older. Wise beyond young. Shout out to Robert. Robert's awesome. Best stepdad I've ever had. Okay. His grandpa's awesome, man. He's wise, man. He's pretty cool. It's like he's cool, but he's wise. Like he's really wise. Like he could build houses like crazy. Well, yeah, but yeah, my family members are pretty wise. My mom, she's wise too. I like my mom. She's unconditional, which is superior. So and so she's young, but she's very like old school, but also very wise. Like she's very wise. Like, she says some wise things. Like one of the quotes that my mom said is that Rome wasn't built in a day, and that was my problem. I was always rushing. So if you're a YouTuber or so new and in life, just don't take one step at a time. Don't be like me where I just rushed it, like rush everything, and then you just cry, you don't get results, and then like you gave up, and then like you just rush it and just take a risk. Don't do that. Just take one step at a time, and don't give up. Okay. And also, don't give up. Don't do that. And yeah, this is the video I'm making right now. It's the sun's setting, so I'm about to go to sleep soon. Maybe it's me. I might whatever. I'm just kidding. But the point is that like I just hope that my generation Gen Alpha, don't make it started. I feel bad for Alpha. Ooh, I could make a whole video about that. How iPads are ruining parents, future parents or Gen Z parents or whatever parents are. But love of God, teach them, raise them right. Like I'm actually happy that my mom never get my first iPhone, my first phone. Granted, it was kind of young, but it was not too young. It was like 13. And here's the thing: when I was 13, it was not a smartphone. It was not a smartphone. It was not an iPhone. It was actually a track phone. I didn't even have an Android or an iPhone. I had a track phone when I was 13. I didn't get my first smartphone till I'll say 16 or 14. That's pretty young still, but I didn't get it to my teenage years. My older brother, he didn't get his first phone till he was 18, and his first phone was I think it was a basic cell phone. So when I see these kids nowadays like getting like iPhones at like 8 years old, like it's like I get it, now it's high demand, but back then it was different, man. Back then, like maybe I'm a boomer. I don't know. Call me a boomer in the comments. I don't care. I'm showing record players because I at least own it. What are you doing? Using streaming services we don't own, which is proprietary, you don't own, and they can take it down anytime, which I can make a whole video about that too. But man, I don't get why the generation now is like, oh my god, I own to their phones, and I'm on my phone too, but I use it. I at least use this for productive reasons. I don't use it for TikTok clouds or anything. If you see me on my phone, 90% of the time I'm working on my website and checking analytics and stuff. I actually have stuff like that. This is actually technically a computer, but people when they use phones, they make it look bad. They use it as like I'm gonna use my TikTok cloud. I'm gonna brag about, oh my god, I got the iPhone, iPhone 12 mini. Oh my god, I got an iPhone. Oh my god, you're broke because you got an Android. I literally I can screenshot comments. I had comments below that said that, man. I don't argue with the comments because don't do that because then you have trolls and it's a mess. So don't do that. We're not going to enter advice. But yeah, I just wish that people. I want to go back to the old internet where like you didn't have cell phones. I mean, I love cell phones, but I kind of miss where like you get. I still use desktop. When you have a desktop and you just like use dial-up connection. I love the sound of it. That sounds soothing, man. You dial up and you connect to like a wide web and like AOL. My mom still uses AOL, which is phenomenal. Well, the Gmail AOL. Go on AOL and be like, oh my god, dial-up connection, and then like go to use dial-up connection. Even though I never experienced that. Yeah, I know it's slow, but man, I don't care. I'll wait 2,000 years for that webpage to load, man. I'd rather be patient, man. These kids nowadays not patient, man. But I'm not gonna say it's better. You know, I'm not gonna say back then it's better. Obviously today got better. You know, got better medicine. You know, especially people women are bipolar probably get tortured, but now it's better. But I just hope people just stop being materialistic and just like, you know, diversify. You know, when you don't rely on social media because you don't own it, it's a private company. They can shut you down anytime. And this is why I made a video. I made a video last time about you have a website. Check out. I made a video over there about why you should have a website. So check that link over there, website there, or whatever pops up. And you have a website, you know. So I know I made a video about programming, but that, you know, gets old. But I think the majority of stories, kids, so it's like, you know, I'm gonna leave this last quote for the night. You know, it's nighttime. You know, grandpa. You know, me, grandpa math. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this out. You know, this is one thing my grandpa said. Last quote of all time, and I'm gonna end this here. Remember, kids, the equipment doesn't define who you are. It's what will you do with it that does, you know? It doesn't matter if you have an iPhone. It doesn't matter if you have an Android. It doesn't matter if you use Linux. It doesn't matter if you use Arch. It doesn't matter if you use Gentoo. It doesn't even matter if you use that Game Boy. Because the perfect example is the Game Boy. The Game Boy became the most popular console of all time. People hated Game Boy, and guess what? It became popular. Because the reason why is they basically made it where it worked. They took the limitation of the hardware and made a credit product of it. I made a whole video about Blow, but, you know, but that's another story. But yeah, the picture is the equipment doesn't define who you are. It's what you do with it that does. And you just can't let the equipment make you materialistic and make you like, oh my god, like I'm rich, you know, because beyond kids, like, you know, look at Son Chai, you know, I mean, to CEO Google, he used both platforms. He's one. Do you really think a CEO of a company loves fanboys? Even Microsoft from Xbox hates fanboys. They do. Review Tech USA made a video about how they hate family. Yo, this is like CEOs of companies, they don't give a crap about if you buy their. They care about one thing only, and that is making money and making profits. Even Malina too. I gotta admit, I'm Malina. I care about, you know, growing my channel and making profits. That's the goal. But at least I have a soul. I'm probably market this, but I'm the only company. If I was a company, I'm the only person. Literally, well, not only person, but the only company that has a soul. I literally have a soul, beautiful soul, preserved in the box of a genie in my heart. You know, most companies don't have a soul. They care about profits. They care about, you know, crushing competition. I honestly rather if, let's say, God forbid, oh my god, you want to buy, do you want to sell Mount Land? I don't want to sell Mount Land. I want to own it. I don't want the idea. I mean, I might get bribed. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want to lose my things I built. You know, like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. But I think the goal of Mount Land is to help bring back the internet the way it was to be, and just help society. Because man, I like how, you know, there's a quote that also Elon Musk said, and he was like, you know, go F yourself. I can't say that word. F yourself, you know, with the advertisers, because, you know, now you have advertisers trying to ruin what you can say online, which I can't say on YouTube because I don't make money on YouTube. But yeah, they bribe with the advertisers. I can make a whole video about that, but you're not ready for that. That'd be because of my website, which I can make money from, you know, software. But yeah, that's a good video. I know it was a long talk. My video, I'm sorry, but the camera cut off at the time, so I'm going to have to edit it, which is going to take hours. So you may see this video tomorrow, but the major story is kids, guys and girls, is just diversify. Don't rely on centralized systems. Have ownership. Can take back control, and believe it. Don't give up too. Don't let people judge you by what product you use and be materialistic and all the TikTok views and clout, all this stuff. Oh my god, clout and views talk. Like, look, my channel is 250 subscribers. I don't care that. Even let's say I get 1,000, I don't care. I just care about making good content and being a human being and providing value. If 250 people love my content and provide value, then I love you, man. And I gotta say, thank you for 250 subscribers. Probably this special, and I love you guys very much, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me that even if you don't watch my content, I don't care if you don't watch my content, but the few people that watch my content, like, thank you. And I just wish that people just, like, not like care about, being no soul and just like, just profits, I still want my morals, maybe because I'm raised by a Spanish family who just never gave up. So yeah, don't give up on your dream and don't let people dictate who you are, and because, and just be happy. Just be happy, bro. Just do what you love to do. Not do what you love, but just be realistic and just don't be materialistic. Just be a good human being. That's what we need. We need more good human beings. Don't sell your soul to like some materialistic thing, like an iPhone. Because let's be honest, these kids are selling their souls. I'm telling you, they're selling their souls. Like, oh my god, I have an iPhone, and they're better, and they're being family. That's selling your soul, and that's a violation of which I can make a video about that. But yeah, that's like selling your soul. Most people are just selling their souls, so like for social media clout and all that stuff, and just not created and integrated, you know. So yeah, this video was recorded on the iPod Touch 6th generation. And until this breaks down like a dying dinosaur from the Matrix, until like let's say look at the dinosaur, they're still going, and you see dinosaur bones. Until I break down, you know, like I said earlier, beauty will fade. Beauty will fade. Even technology will fade. You know, technology eventually is gonna fade. But sometimes most of the time the value of the technology will still work. This iPhone Touch, while it's old, it still works. You know why? Because the value is worth it. This thing, until it dies, it's worth it. You know. So yeah, the value of people, even same with people, you know, the value of a person decreases over time. I mean, basically, people are liabilities. So I'm sorry I'm going random. This is like a long live video, but I'll make a part two about why I don't have kids, why I'm not planning to have kids. Maybe I change my mind in the future. Maybe I love them in the future, but because the reason why is like I said earlier, you know, people are liabilities. They're not assets, which I can make a video about that. But the point is that, you know, you should not, you know, just don't be materialistic. Don't put liabilities. Don't do things. But just help humanity. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go. People look at me. People look at me. So I gotta go. All right, bye.